we all got up early and went down to Kings Lynn Mail Centre. Had a cup of tea with the postman, saw how the mail centre worked. That was tremendous. What was interesting was how good the postman's questions were about our need for medical backup and how the route was planned. Of course, being postmen and doing routes themselves, they understood some of the challenges that we face. For me, it's been a real tough day. What happens is your stump progressively swells slightly, and not being the Imelda Marcos of the artificial leg world, I didn't quite have enough legs to accommodate all the swelling. So the other problem was I actually wore my first running leg out.
We're here today at the Castle Mall Shopping Centre in the heart of Norwich. We're hoping to raise £1,000. It's £1 for every mile that Chris is actually going to do, and that's not just today, that's through the course of September. We wanted to do something as a team here, and we thought, what could we do that the people could actively see us doing? And one of the suggestions was to have the cycle, which we had donated from a local store as well, which was brilliant. What a fantastic man! He obviously believes very much in what he does, and he's such an inspiration. I had 10 miles on that bike was enough, and the thought of 1,000 miles on my legs is very hard to contemplate.
Today is the 15th of September. We're more than halfway there, well over 500 miles, so a really big milestone for me. But at the same time, still almost half as much again, which is a daunting prospect. The strange thing about this journey is that it almost seems as if it's been going on forever, and you're running into infinity. We started in Edinburgh, we went across to the west of Scotland, to Glasgow, and then to Northern Ireland, and back from Northern Ireland, and Newcastle was tremendous, then down through Manchester, Liverpool. Now we're in East Anglia. It's just extraordinary, and interesting that the people I've met have made the journey for me. Yesterday, a guy for the first time in his life ran 10 miles. It's the furthest he's ever run. Things like that are really special. Of course, there is the phrase, the loneliness of the long-distance runner, and I understand that and know it well, and I have no problem in pushing on. But it's always nice to meet people and share the journey with them. You go a little bit quicker. It's always encouraging. I've met people who have really challenged themselves. I've met some really good runners who've slowed down considerably for me to keep up, and it's interesting hearing their stories, what they do, how imaginative they've been in their fundraising. One of the things that's been really special about this journey for me is constantly seeing the story of the Good Samaritan in so many different ways. I went to Washington Post Office and I thought, gosh, this is a small post office, I hope we're not asking too much of them. And yet, there was a great crowd of people, and astonishingly, they presented us with a cheque for nearly £8,000. They just did so much. They got the local community involved. In Smethwick in Birmingham, a whole family who run the post office and their extended family came out, and there was a real carnival atmosphere, things like that, really special. What has struck me about the fundraising efforts from the post office people is just how diverse and varied they are. Of course, these people have been doing this in addition to their jobs. Many of the ladies have been making cakes half the night, so they bring them to work and things like that. And these people, in addition to their jobs, are going the extra mile to raise money. When you are going down the road on your own and it's getting near the end of the day, the only reason for doing it really is to remember the good work that Barnardo's are doing, the difference they make to people's lives, the opportunities that young people get that they wouldn't get otherwise, and a little bit of help goes a long way. Of course it's tiring, it's going to be tiring. We get up early, we go to bed late, we've got plans to do for the next day, but you just have to focus on the reasons for doing it. We've still got a long way to go, but the great thing is to enjoy the journey, to keep on keeping on, and being aware of the difference that we can make to Barnardo's. So, I intend to see you in London. Failure is not an option. See you there.